I had heard recent rumors that a bombshell article about UFOs would soon be released in the New York Times, and that just happened a couple days ago. I'll put the link to the article in the description, so definitely give it a read if you have not done so already. We've all been waiting for the Pentagon to make an official announcement to outline what they really know about UFOs, but that day is still yet to come. While there are a few nuggets of information implying a connection between non-earthly intelligences and materials retrieved at certain UFO crash sites, the article's primary point was that the Pentagon would soon be releasing a little bit more of what it knows about the phenomenon. So basically the big announcement was, there's going to be more announcements. The article is frustratingly vague for readers seeking concrete answers, but vague statements and non-committal conclusions are a likely first step in a planned incremental disclosure process. Such a tactic would allow a government to gauge how its citizens might react to full disclosure while normalizing the existence of the phenomenon to the public. By the same reasoning, relatively mundane information would be disclosed in the very beginning. Anything too controversial or potentially harmful to society would be disclosed last, if ever. The claim that the government knows more about UFOs than they've led us to believe can no longer be marginalized to the realm of unverifiable conspiracy theories. No, it's an indisputable fact. Many suspect the government's primary reason for withholding such knowledge was out of fear that such a revelation would cause mass panic on a global scale. This idea is supported by the fact that the Brookings Institute advised NASA against making any such information known for that very reason. If that truly was why government knowledge of UFOs was suppressed in the past, then the process of disclosure would be carried out in such a way as to minimize the possibility of inciting mass panic. The following segment aired on Tucker Carlson last night. Pay close attention to the verbiage being used. Specifically, listen for the quote, "off-world vehicles not made on Earth."
Well, much of the media have mocked the existence of unidentified flying objects. The U.S. Pentagon has been studying this subject for quite a long time, and apparently will soon release some of its findings, which remain classified. According to a new report in the New York Times, the U.S. government may have physical evidence of, and we're quoting, off-world vehicles not made on this Earth. The government has also released footage of UFO sightings, including a 2004 encounter recorded from an advanced Navy fighter jet. Commander David Fravor is a retired naval aviator who once saw something he could not explain, that science can't explain. We're honored to have him on tonight. Mr. Fravor, thanks so much for coming on. So, tell us if you think this is being misinterpreted. According to the New York Times, the U.S. government has physical evidence of some sort of vehicle made not on this Earth. Is it what it sounds like?
Well, it sounds that way to me, Tucker. I just, I never want to speculate what the government truly has, but I would say there's stuff out there. I mean, the four of us that chased the Tic Tac in 2004 will have attested to it multiple times that what we saw exceeded anything that we had in our inventory, far superior to the airplanes that we were flying in at the time they were brand new. So I would say, yes, there's something out there, and hopefully the government does have stuff.
So when we spoke before about this, and you suggested that the object you saw that you chased, the Tic Tac, behaved in ways that challenged your understanding of aeronautics, of physics, and that you didn't think it was likely that that object belonged to a foreign military. Do you think the U.S. government has concluded that this is not Russia, China, or some other country?
I'm pretty sure of that, just by some of the phone calls that we've gotten, some of the people that we have talked to in the government, that they are unaware of what this is. And I think that ties directly with the East Coast sighting with the gimbal video. And I'd be willing to say, just because I'm in contact with a lot of these people, that there are more incidents that are starting to come out that people are starting to report inside the government channels of things that they've seen, and I think you're seeing it from people in the past because it always had that taboo to come out and talk about these things. You're now finding people from the past that are saying, hey, I saw this, I just was never told to report it, or when I did, I was told not to say anything.
Yes.
So I think since 2017, the world is starting to change because of the publicity, because of the attention of the Senate and the Congress, because of people like Marco Rubio on the Intel Committee of telling the DOD, hey, I want to report. I think you're starting to see more and more of that. And I would say if the government does have stuff, and I don't know what they have, but if they do, I would think that, there's probably stuff. Vigo Roswell was 73 years ago. If something did happen, because there's a lot of speculation that there was something other than a weather balloon, where's all that at?
Yeah.
I mean, if just by odds, something would be here.
So that raises the question of why all the secrecy? I mean, clearly the U.S. government has lied to the public for maybe 73 years. Why do you think?
Well, if we go back to like Project Blue Book and go, it was done, it really did two things. One, it investigated occurrences and sightings that people saw. The other one was it primarily was sent out to debunk, to prove that it wasn't, or to make excuses of why it wasn't. I don't know why. I think some of it was trying to capture that technology, but if something lands in your front yard, there's no reason to deny that it existed, or, or for the government to cover it up, because if it's not collected by some means that's going to question our national security or our offensive or defensive capabilities, then why would you hide it? That just baffles me. Just like our incident, why wasn't it thoroughly investigated at the time for something that literally could penetrate a battle group spaces, and they did nothing? I mean, there was nothing done until really about 2009.
There's a story here that a lot of us can't wait to see.
So this term, off-world vehicles not made on this Earth, is very non-committal in terms of telling us exactly who built these vehicles. Technically, this explanation would not exclude vehicles that man has put together in space. It doesn't discount the space alien hypothesis. It doesn't discount the interdimensional being hypothesis. So basically my point in saying all of this is it's funny to me how such a small phrase can sound like it has such huge meaning, but then when you get down to it, it's really not telling you what you want to know, or at least what I want to know. And what I want to know is, what are these beings? Really, I mean, are they space aliens? Are they something interdimensional or demonic, angelic? I've talked about this on the channel before, and I will be doing a series on it. But, isn't that really the most interesting thing about UFOs? The question of what's the story behind their pilots? What's the true identity of their pilots? Well, the government has not thrown us that bone quite yet. Maybe they will, I sure hope so. But in any event, this is still very exciting because to me, it tells us that we are in the disclosure process right now, and that's very exciting for me. Real quick, I cannot believe that I've gone 2 months without uploading anything. Apologies for that. That really was my inspector course keeping me busy. The good news is I am very, very close to being done with my course. I am hoping at this point to take the exam sometime in September. So the good news is I'm about to have a lot more time, which means that I am going to get back to uploading much more regularly once this course is behind me. Last but not least, I'd like to recognize our newest Patreon, who actually, I was looking at this, he became a Patreon 3 months ago, so sorry I didn't recognize you before now. Special thanks to Jason Ramirez, and thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone watching this. I am really, really looking forward to being able to upload more frequently and seeing more of y'all, and that will hopefully be happening relatively soon. So till then, take care. Hey everyone, Drew here from Mad Cat Mysteries, and I hope you enjoyed the video you just watched. If you did, you can click on the subscribe button below. I'd appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.